The speaker will have the opportunity to speak during any other public communications to the Board of Trustees later in the meeting. Comments shall be limited to 3 minutes per person. Clerk Clayton Tarvin, do we have any speakers this evening?
We do, and we're going to start with Tom Bunton.
Good evening. I'm here to talk a little bit about the move for College Youth, moving over to the Pleasant View location. Just want to thank Dr. Conroy and Dr. Hanson for having complete, open, and transparent communications with us. They've had 2 forums with us, with our parents, and thank you for that. You didn't have to do that, and you're very generous with your time. The concerns that came up with that, again, clear and conversations, are that we don't have a computer lab or any kind of playground equipment outside of basketballs and hula hoops and things of that nature at this time. What I'd love to see from this board is you guys change. Our computer lab is in constant rotation. This is also where our kids are learning ST Math, GG Math, and it is a massive part of the school day. In general, the lab is being used 3 times a week by the different classes. We have, I think, 19 classes, and so it's just in constant rotation. We right now don't have anything like that at the new location. And as you know, this location is not just for us, it's going to be for a variety of other schools as it comes along. So it'd be great to have something in the plan to address this, not just for my kids, I have a 6 and a 9-year-old, but also all the subsequent kids that come along. And as for the playground equipment, you guys know kids. I mean, if they're not getting the energy out on the playground, they're taking it out inside the classroom. I know my son will run for days, and he is constantly on the apparatuses around, and I'd feel bad for his teacher if he didn't get that energy out in a proper and safe manner. I know that there will be several changes to the site throughout the time. If we can put this equipment in a place that will be used for, again, the future schools, so it's not just for my kids, but it's for all the others that are coming along. We are the first school to be moved, so these are things that are just going to come up. And we'd love to have you guys be able to act on it. Again, thank you guys for your time and efforts. I feel very confident that we can resolve this. It's a money issue. It's, I'm sure there's all sorts of other stuff that I'm not privy to. But thank you for the time.
Next speaker is Blanca Evans.
Good evening. First of all, I would like to concur with Tom, everything that he said about Pleasant View, about the move. But I'm here to be reassured that you're taking all the precautions to keep my granddaughter safe and all the children in our school. So I'm going to go back to, I haven't seen the blueprints of the College View school renovation, so if I'm asking to repeat answers that have been already discussed, or that will be discussed later or at future meeting, I apologize for that. But for the new renovation of College View, have you considered security cameras throughout the school? I understand that you have. In case of a school shooting incident, is there a different sounding alarm other than the fire drill that will alert staff and students that there is immediate danger, prompting them to lock all the doors? How about bulletproof windows and shades to block view of intruders, or double pane windows so that they can see out but not in? How about a metal detector in front of the office entrance to the building? How about automatic locks for doors? Alarms that connect to the police station, probably that's already in place. I know that budget is an important thing to consider, but when it comes to the safety of our children, nothing should deter you from considering the best for our schools and our students' quality of life. I still do not understand where are the monies that were supposed to be filtered into the school, when we voted for the lottery. It just seems that our school, especially our school, we get the last of everything. So please consider the safety that's priority. Thank you.
Next is Rebecca Bolsenbat.
Good evening, board members. I'm here as well as Tom to talk about the move from College View to the Pleasant View campus. First of all, I'd like to thank you for the modernization plans for our school, as they're very much needed and a positive step forward. We're excited to see the new changes and get our kids in there. But we cannot get to the future by means of trampling on the present. There are serious problems with the plan as it is now standing. I'm here as a parent of a first grader at College View, a fifth grader at Circle View, and an elementary school classroom teacher for 15 years. As I'm sure you're aware, there are 5 basic areas of child development, including cognitive, social and emotional, speech and language, fine and gross motor skills. All of these areas of development happen on the playground, especially gross motor skills and the so necessary social and emotional development of children. Our students require playground equipment. As an educator, I can tell you firsthand that most behavior problems happen on a daily basis on the playground. Kids that do not have the equipment and the means to be occupied outside will get into trouble. Behavior problems will increase. The school plays an essential role in helping children to learn to interact positively with both their peers and their teachers. They learn about healthy relationship skills, and they develop these skills further on the playground. A year is an extremely long time in the life of a child, especially if they're unhappy and unengaged. My first grader was almost in tears when I asked her how she would feel if every day at school she wasn't able to play on the equipment or play handball. Recess is a need of release for these small children. Sitting still for a long time is hard. They're just kids. How can we expect them to perform well and to focus if we don't provide them with an outlet during their recess? How do we let them go out there without having fun and stay out of trouble? This brings me to my second point. Ideally, the school's role is to bring each student to their individual maximum academic potential. The district's first focus area on the wall behind me is to actively engage each student in an innovative, dynamic, and high-quality instructional program, including to utilize all available technology and provide continuous support to maximize student collaboration, improve communication, inspire creativity, cultivate critical thinking, and extend learning beyond the classroom setting. How can that happen without access to what most would consider the basic requirements of the 21st century school, a library and a computer lab? How can you propose that we leave technology sitting, wasted for a year, our smart boards, our computer lab? This will severely impact the learning of each and every student. Learning is about discovery, not memorization of facts. We can't do that without technology. Please, this plan needs to be re-examined with our students in mind. They're the priority. I urge you to work with parents and teachers at the school to make sure that each of these students' needs are met.
Anna Grayton.
Good evening. My name is Anna Gaitan. I currently have a kindercat and a future kindercat, I'm hoping. First, I want to say that College View Elementary has truly been all and everything you could wish for in a school. It's provided top-of-the-line caring teachers, a beautiful and comfortable school and campus, a dedicated principal, super involved parents who are willing to volunteer, a generous and incredibly effective PTA, and a rigorous yet fun student curriculum. My hopes are that my family can continue being involved and participating at College View, but we only want to do this if the relocation can provide us with the same level of education and care that the current school provides. Dr. Hanson and Dr. Conroy and the rest of the board members, I'm officially asking you that you use funds towards a playground including a swing set, sandbox, and play structure, and also for an extra portable computer lab and computers that can be used by all grades. As it is now, College View provides 2 computer labs and 2 playgrounds, but we've been informed that the relocation site at Pleasant View will provide neither of these educational assets for our kids. That's a hard pill for me to swallow and for my kid to swallow as well. Title I schools are made for the simple mission to ensure that all children meet challenging state academic standards. Title I funds are to be used to purchase instructional materials, provide professional development and staffing support, and to support parents in how to assist their children to meet learning goals. I don't believe taking away these kids' technology and computer usage is abiding by these guidelines. How can our kids prepare for testing without proper technology and computer usage? Even on the website, under Measure R Project Goals and Mission Statement, it reads that one of the missions is to complete all construction with the least amount of disruption or inconvenience to the educational process. I don't believe that taking away our kids' playground use and computer use is in line with mission statement. If anything, it's quite contrary. I hope you can see that I'm a very concerned and dedicated parent. All I want is the best for not only my child, but for all the children whose voices are not being heard here. I will be the voice asking you that all College View children have an equal education and opportunity as the rest of the Ocean View District and other districts for that matter. And I'll leave you with a quote from my son. Mama, can you ask them if we can have computers with Gigi? And I want to have a fun playground because I like swings a lot. Thank you, and I appreciate you for listening to me.
Next speaker is Kevin Nolan.
Thank you for everyone listening to me. I don't have a prepared speech. I will not take a full 3 minutes. I have a second grader, soon to be third grader in College View. They will be moving back to Pleasant View. Both of my children had gone through the SDS program and OVPP at Pleasant View. I learned when we got to College View, one of my son's teacher told me bringing up a kid is part of a community, it's a family that brings up a kid. The nice people have come and presented at the meetings twice and gone over everything. One thing that I think has been sadly missed is the safety at Pleasant View. Having gone there for 5 years, there was more times than I care to count that at noontime on the southwest corner, there's a walkway through a neighborhood where you're less than 20 feet from the school, and I would see a woman with a shopping cart or a kid who should be in high school riding a beach cruiser. When we brought it up last week, we did hear me, but there was no plan to simply just put a lock. I had asked for 5 years that it be locked. It hadn't. Not securing that and some of the other quotes, you're setting our children and themselves up for a very bad situation. I would really like you guys to consider take a look. Since that meeting we had, I meant to go every day. I went twice. We met on Tuesday, I went on Thursday, and then on Monday. That gate was not locked. And at any time, you can get into with kids that are special needs that are nonverbal. It's not a safe environment right now. Thank you, and hope you consider it.
Next is KB Chacon.
First of all, I'm a proud College View parent, and my son and I love our school, we love our community, we have amazing parents. However,
I'm sorry, can you just say your name?
Kiwi,
Okay, thank you.
I am
Last
standing,
name, I'm sorry.
Chacon. I am standing here this evening saddened and disappointed. I am saddened to think that when a board of educators who were put in place to make decision on what's best for our children's educational needs, the decision was made that our children don't need playground equipment and technology at their school for an entire academic year. I am disappointed that OVSD has not adequately planned for our children's transition to the new site. Our children are already anxious about the move to the new site, and they have many questions as to what's going to be happening, which we cannot answer. We cannot calm their anxieties as we have our own because we are unsure how our school is going to look. There is a reason as to why schools have play structures in them and why they all specifically designed the way they are. Our school has swings and climbing walls, slides, and bars to hang from. Playground equipment provides balance and regulation to a child's central nervous system. They also improve brain function and motor skills and are an integral part of our students' well-being and educational experience. The central nervous system helps to regulate and balance our children's minds and bodies. All of these systems work together to help our kids get the sensory input